Alright guys, how are we doing? My name is Rowlands and I'm a nutritional balancing practitioner. Just a quick one for the Patreon guys. I've got some new videos on Patreon. One is about twin flames, sacred geometry, and I've literally just done one about my views on cryptocurrency. And one of the reasons why I've set up Patreon is basically the point of this video that I'm trying to make. This is a sort of pretty urgent video really. There's some big things been going off recently, and things have definitely hit a sort of crux point when it comes to natural health and big corporations just taking too much control of our freedom, our information, and how we engage with each other. And you know, you really need to take this video seriously, because there needs to be a shift. There's no question about that, and I'm going to speak about that a little bit in this video. So basically, you know, the main thing I want to talk about is that the main players really of the internet, Facebook, Google, YouTube, Twitter, they've basically been infiltrated by the powers that be, and they are twisting search results, they are banning people, they are not allowing honest expression of information. But what's most detrimental to me and to us and to probably the people watching this is that there has been a massive attack on alternative health, which shouldn't be alternative health. The medical system should be called alternative health, but unfortunately, you know, we get the brunt of adding some weird adjective to the start of something that's completely natural, a little bit like organic food. And basically what's been happening recently is Google released a algorithm update which affected YouTube as well, which basically meant any website, anyone that was promoting anything outside of medical health, so anything to do with natural health, natural diets, herbs, natural supplementation, chiropractic work, anything like that, has basically been pretty much wiped off the search results in Google and YouTube. They've just basically got rid of them. You know, it's page 3, page 4, page 5 for some terminologies, and what you get is you know, news websites, propaganda websites, and they're pushing the sort of quack websites, the pseudoscience websites that are trying to basically debunk natural health. They're basically pushing all that to the top. The #1 natural health doctor on the internet, Dr. McCullough, I've heard that his views on his website, his hits on his website have gone down by as much as 98% because of this rollout. Basically, it's impossible to find Dr. McCullough now on Google without actually searching his name. And if you actually search his name, McCullough, you will get the pseudoscientist, quack busting websites that are pushed to the top of the search results as well. So as you can see, this is a systematic attempt to basically push all those guys off the internet, and this is why we need to make a change, and we need to make quick moves. It's one of the reasons why I've got a Patreon account, because, you know, YouTube is one of my main sources of income. I don't earn much from YouTube in terms of ad results, but a lot of clients come to me from YouTube, and that's pretty much going to change soon, unless people do something about it and get the word out to other people that there needs to be a big change. Dr. Wilson's website has gone down massively. I'm not sure of the exact hits that he gets on his website now, but from what I'm hearing, you know, we're looking at around 75% losses. Dr. Wilson was always page 1 for brain fog, copper toxicity, adrenal burnout, Now you struggle to find him down page 4, page 5, page 6. The same with people like Dr. Axe. So this is a massive problem. Our YouTube channel, this got rolled out in June, and we saw a massive decrease in our views in June. Our YouTube channel basically went down by 60% in everything. The views per month went down 60%, subscribers went down 60%, and yeah, we basically got slashed. Facebook are the same. You know, they've got independent fact checkers that are going around basically deleting groups, removing posts, and there's basically a systematic crackdown on anything sort of natural, which is obviously absolutely horrendous. So we need to do something about it. We need to move, and you know, it's not just about you guys moving to different channels, it's about you guys telling other people about what's going off as well. So, you know, you want to be looking at different avenues in the future, because there needs to be a switch. There's a lot of people moving away from YouTube now, so you want to be looking out for things like D.tube. That's a YouTube alternative. By the way, a lot of these that I'm talking about, these are going to be built on the blockchain technology, the same technology that cryptocurrency uses. I believe it's going to be the future. It's the only way really of creating a system that's not run by big conglomerates, big monopolies like Google, you know, Alphabet, even Amazon, Facebook. You know, these new websites are decentralized websites somewhat. They allow freedom of speech, and it's more of a community-based website where the viewers actually kind of control it to a certain extent, rather than some centralized platform. So, you know, I've just started uploading my videos to BitChute, which I think is a terrible name, but a lot of people are moving to BitChute. Any name with the first little bit of it as bitch is gonna be difficult to gain traction, but there's a lot of people who are moving from YouTube to BitChute. So let me just get you the spelling for that. B-I-T-C-H-U-T-E, and then there's D-tube, D.tube, which looks a lot more like YouTube in my opinion. I kind of feel that D-tube's a little bit better, but it's linked to Steemit, which is a little bit of a dodgy area. And in many ways, you know, what's more important than moving away from YouTube is moving away from Google. I swear that the search results on Google are now absolutely horrendous. You cannot get any decent information whatsoever. You type in things into Google and some of the top spots is just propaganda, basically run by the pharmaceutical industries, run by the players at B. They do not want you to see information that's actually the truth. It's got to a point now where I can't even use Google search because the search results are just absolutely ridiculous. You really need to move away and start using something like DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo is actually a really good search engine platform. They don't track you, which Google do. Their search results are much more honest. So, you know, you can find McCullough on there, you can find Dr. Wilson, you can find Dr. Axe. I can't stress how important it is, you guys, to move away from Google search. They've got to a point now where it's actually, you can't even use it. It's totally terrible. So please share it on Facebook, share it with your friends, wherever, that they need to start using DuckDuckGo. I think another search engine is Ecosia. It's more of an environmental one. I think they plant a lot of trees, but I don't think they're as private as DuckDuckGo. So really, I would really start using DuckDuckGo. It's way better than Google, if I'm being totally honest. You know, one of the issues I find with moving platforms often is, you know, I've heard about DuckDuckGo in the past, and you kind of use it, and it's so far behind Google that you just don't want to use. You just can't use it, even though you know it's better. But now they're totally up to scratch. 100% DuckDuckGo is a really good platform. Obviously, just mentioned BitChute. We have got a YouTube channel over there, so search for Deep Healing Space and subscribe to that. I'm slowly having to upload the videos to that platform because it's literally one video at a time, and we've got like 450, 500 videos on this YouTube channel, so it's going to be a bit of a nightmare to move across. In the meantime, make sure you sign up to my Patreon channel, www.patreon.com/Lewis Rowlands. Yeah, I'm just trying to gather people as much as possible. It's starting to get a big problem. I will talk about some other ways that you can kind of protect yourself really on the internet. Mail, a good platform is Proton Mail. Again, they don't track you, it's encrypted mail. You know, you've really got to take control of your privacy these days. It's a shame for me. I mean, a lot of my business in nutritional balancing is really tied up with a lot of the Google products, but I'm doing my best to start to unwind myself from that. But Proton Mail is a good email platform. I remember, I think it was last week, I asked Google for to download the data that they had on me, and I think they had accumulated 27 gigabytes of data on me since the time Google started pulling data from people. Some of the stuff that they had was scary. They had all of the voice messages that I was giving to Google Assistant. They know what apps I've been on. They know what websites I've been on, even if it's nothing to do with Google. You know, they basically have more surveillance on you than you could possibly imagine. It's pretty scary. You want to be protecting yourself all the time on the internet. You know what I mean? There's people tracking your IP addresses, companies tracking your cookies. So one good way of hiding yourself on the internet is by using something called a VPN. VPNs have got super simple these days, so a really good VPN platform is called CyberGhost. So go to CyberGhost, download that. It's really cheap to set up a VPN, but once you've set up a VPN, you're pretty much hidden on the internet. Something that you really want to start thinking about. The good thing about VPN CyberGhost is that you can actually download it onto your mobile phone as well and use a VPN on there. Other platforms that you want to look out for is Minds.com. That seems to be like a Twitter-based platform. Again, it's more of a decentralized type blockchain platform, which is community-driven. You know, Facebook's going to be a hard one for people to move away from. I'm not sure of any sort of Facebook competitors that I know that are decent, but I know Jordan Peterson is trying to bring one out called ThinkSpot. That's not out yet, but it's going to be on the domain ts.today. So go to ts.today and sign up for that. You'll get an email once that comes online. That's going to be really good. I would probably start to get away from Google Chrome. Google have just got way too many fingers in pies. I'm not quite sure what browser is the safest. I suppose the Onion browser would be browser to use that doesn't track. So I think Opera is a good one. Brave, I remember, yeah, Brave. I think Brave's the best. So check out Brave, and if you really want to go deep, you probably want to get a Linux computer as well. So, you know, that's kind of really changing all your hardware. One of the issues with buying Linux, and I think they're getting it much better, is that, you know, if you're a sort of person like me where you're quite heavy into various softwares for the business, you know, it's hard sometimes to use a system like Linux that doesn't have programs that are designed for a Linux-based system. So that's basically, you want to be keeping an eye on a Web 3.0. We had Web 1.0 in, you know, the beginning of the internet, which was kind of HTML, and then you had sort of Web 2.0 when you had sort of dynamic websites, Amazon, eBay, you know, Google. They're all very dynamic websites, but there's a new platform coming out called Web 3.0. And this is more of a decentralized system built on the blockchain. You don't have to understand blockchain technology to use it, but whenever you hear the word blockchain or decentralization, prick your ears up, because it's going to be a much safer system. I do believe that people are going to be moving away into them systems, just because people like YouTube and Google and, you know, Gmail, they've just got, they basically control what you see. It's not fair anymore. It's extremely biased, and I think people are starting to wise up to it. They're getting sick of it, and that's why people are moving away to DTube, BitChute, DuckDuckGo. You really have to get away from Google and move to DuckDuckGo. It is 100 times better than Google. So I'd start to make the move now. And if you're intelligent, you know, if you're clever about things, you could actually start to get top spots on some of these new websites. You know, you think about how hard it is now to get a YouTube channel, you know, how hard it is to build a Twitter account, to build an Instagram account or a Facebook account or whatever. I believe that there are going to be new websites, new companies that are built on this blockchain technology that is much safer to use, that you can get a foot in the door early and start building things similar to what it was when you was trying to build, you know, when people were building YouTube channels in the early, you know, in the mid 2000s. And, you know, a lot of people these days just jump on the bandwagon way too late. So, you know, if you kind of ahead of the game, you can be really ahead of the game in this sort of stuff. So I hope that's helped you out. You know, this is dead serious. I can't even begin to explain to you how bad it has now got, especially for people in the natural health arena. Obviously, if you do want to start a nutritional balancing program with me, you know, and I can obviously talk to you about this stuff in more detail if you like, then send me an email, lewis@deephealingspace.com. As I say, please head over to my Patreon channel. It's kind of one of the only ways I'm managing to keep people together in a group. So that's www.patreon.com/Lewis Rowlands. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you over on Patreon, and hopefully you'll be using DuckDuckGo and BitChute pretty soon. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye bye.